One lucky student from Central Illinois will have the chance to compete in the Scripps National Spelling Bee this May in Washington, D.C. Well, that's due in part to the Peoria Public Library. After almost 6 years without a regional sponsor, the Peoria Public Library has been chosen as one of the hundreds to help host that spelling bee for elementary and middle schoolers. And once a winner is chosen, that student will get travel expenses covered to compete in the national title. That will be in May. That means for the first time in a while, Central Illinois can guarantee that someone will represent us. Previously, when there was no sponsor, students could still compete, but it was online and then families had to cover their own expenses. The funding will come from private donations or from the library itself.
Students get involved in spelling bees. There's just a natural excitement for the competition part. But there's the learning part. You can develop a love of language and to become a better speller.
And it's for everyone. Public, private, and homeschool students will kick this off, hosting their own spelling bees. 300 schools in the district qualify, but not everyone will join. Then the winners can move on to the library phase. And they say as an adult, you remember the word that knocked you out of a spelling bee. And mine was, and I think I was a freshman in high school, was parfait.
Oh, that's a good one.
It eats me alive.
I have those for breakfast sometimes.
All right, we're going to learn what Brian's word is coming up next in your full First Alert forecast.
And we have a New Year's resolution aimed at your overall well-being. That is in Your Health Matters.